My name is Danny, and I've been the student pastor at BT Church now for about 3 years. Growing up, I was never really a part of church. It wasn't something that was a part of my family. We didn't go to church on Sundays or Wednesdays. And really, for me, the first time I ever went to a church service was when I was in middle school. I got invited by a friend to go to church. And for them, if I would stay at his house, his mom would bring us to church, and she would always say, "You can stay over, but you have to come to church with us in the morning." And so when I came to BT for the first time, it was really the first time that I experienced worship. I heard about God, and really the first time I opened the Bible, and that was my first opening to what church was all about. I didn't continue going to church after junior high, and it was really when I was towards the tail end of high school that I got invited back to church to be a part of a youth group. And the youth pastor there just kind of poured into me and saw something in me and really shared the Bible, shared the gospel with me. And I got saved going into my senior year of high school. And at that moment, I knew that God was calling me to something different. I just didn't know what that was. So what I ended up doing is I moved to Camp Zephyr and became a staffer at Camp Zephyr. And that's when I met Chris Dupree, who at the time was the pastor of Agua Dulce Baptist Church. And he challenged me to go and help out the student ministry at his church. And that's how I got into student ministry. In a couple of months of doing that, I was able to join Agua Dulce Baptist Church full-time as their student pastor. So once I became on staff at the church, my family, they just wanted to support what I was doing. And so they would drive up to Agua Dulce just to kind of check out what was going on. If I was a part of the worship team, or if I was preaching, or just to visit, they would come and really see what the church was doing. That's really kind of what got them involved in church a little bit. And so whenever I felt God calling us to move to McAllen to be a part of BT, one of the biggest feelings that we felt is that I knew my family would be a part of church, be a part of BT by us moving to BT, that they would show up every Sunday. And that was one of the biggest pushes for us to want to move here. It scared us to move back to the Valley, to move back to McAllen. I always felt like I wanted to move north and go to San Antonio or Dallas or Austin. But I knew that coming to McAllen, moving home, would be a huge deal for my family. And that's what it's been. Every Sunday they're there, whether I'm there or not, they still show up. And it's been really awesome to see that. So as my family would go and visit us in Agua Dulce, one thing that happened is that Chris met my brother Mondo, and they got to kind of form a friendship and a relationship with one another. And just from that point on, Chris would continually challenge my brother really in his faith. And then whenever we moved to BT, Chris continued to do that. And really after, what happened was after a Wednesday night service, I see my brother and Chris walking down the hallway of the church. And I could just tell something was up, something was different. And Chris told me that my brother got saved at that moment after Chris kind of shared his testimony after a Bible study. And really all of this started with the power of an invitation. My friend's mom, invited me to church when I was in junior high, and I don't know if she knew what was going to happen, but really that kind of instilled just a desire to know more about who God is. To me, it ended up getting saved, to my brother getting saved, to me going into student ministry, to my family plugging into the church. And I remember when I first got introduced at BT as one of the student pastors, I saw my friend's mom there on that Sunday morning, and she was just really surprised to see me there, and that was really cool. Just so she can see that there's really a lot of power in an invitation. And so really the challenge for us, for everybody at BT, it just invites someone to be a part of this. You never know what's going to happen. It can take years to see the story, but sometimes that's how God works. And so don't underestimate the power of an invitation, and just really see what God does with that.